Good morning. Happy Monday. It is August 2nd. Maybe you're watching this on a completely different day, but guess what? We are diving into chapter 2 of Winning the War in Your Mind. And so I hope you're having an incredible morning. If you missed yesterday's chapter 1, just go back to yesterday. If you're watching this a month down the road, then you can have fun finding it. Where can they watch it? Here.
Keto Mom secrets.
Oh. So my husband is on the other side of the screen, so if you hear another voice, he's on that side. Yes, you can go to Keto Mom Secrets on Instagram. So good morning. I hope you're having a great day. I would love to know who is going through the book. If you've gone through chapter 1, did you fill out the questions? And the goal was to think about what you were thinking about. So who did the questions? Do you feel like it gave you more of an awareness and perspective and an audit of your mindset to go, this is truth, this is trash, I have to change some lies? Because I loved what he said in the book. He says, if you believe a lie, it ends up like it still is your truth. Like you believe it as a truth, right? Good morning. So we're going through chapter 2, Becoming a Thought Warrior. So every morning, if you're brand new, we're going through a book. This is the book we're going through. It'll probably take us a couple weeks, and then we will dive into a different one. Good morning. I love seeing all you hop on. Hey, where are you tuning in from? And I want to know if you're reading the book or just if you're tuning in here every single morning. Either way is great. So chapter 2 talks about the 2 truths that we know. And so this is from a pastor, Pastor Craig Groeschel. My husband actually used to work for this church. So we used to live in Oklahoma. We currently live in Minnesota. And it's beautiful here this time of season. So it's a perfect place to live in the summer. Oh, here's the title. I'll show you one more time. Good morning. Okay, chapter 2. This is what he talks about. The battle for your life is won or lost in your mind. And number 2, your thoughts will control you. So you have to control your thoughts. So he's going to walk you through defining the lies. And there's what I love about a lot of the books that we've been reading is it's not, he says in the very beginning of the book, it's biblical and scientific. So some of you, depending on where your beliefs are, a lot of this has to do with God. A lot of it has to do with the Bible. And he says there's science that back up data that shows that your mindset is so powerful that it's basically going to run your life, right? Good or bad. And even the lies that you believe become truths in your own mind. And so he says this, our lives are not what we want. Okay, our lives are not what we want, and we numb ourselves to reality. Not everybody's, but he gave a whole bunch of stories. He says, we long for more, but we settle for less. We keep ourselves too busy and too distracted. We buy things, we attempt to impress people and fill some mysterious inner endless void. We scroll mindlessly on social media, feeling left out, left behind, and unimportant as we compare our dull lives with everybody else's highlight reels. We do our best to pretend we are happy while we wage a war. The result, we are losing the battle, and the battle is in our mind. Let me ask you this question. How often do you find yourselves comparing your life to everybody else's highlight reel? And I'll be real honest with you. I do the same thing. And maybe you're watching my highlight reels. I don't share all of the yuck. Like you're not going to see me disciplining my children. You're not going to see one of our girls throwing a fit. You're not going to see the Saturday that we had this last weekend where one of our youngest daughter had a little bit of a tude. Like you're not going to see that. It's not fun to share. But guess what? We all go through those challenges of parenting, relationships, not getting along with somebody, having one of those days where you sleep in and you wake up and you're crabby and you bark at your kids. Like, right? We compare our normal, everyday challenges, which everybody has, to everybody else's. They're on vacation. I'm not good enough. I have to go to work. My kids aren't like their kids. Now I'm going to tell you, we do have great kids intentionally, right? A lot of the things that you're working towards need to come down to intention, focus, discipline, and the war up here. You're going to either, and so he says something in this book, which I'm going to say as we go through it. I loved the statement. So we'll get to that part. But he says, to win the battle for your mind, we must engage because there's no other way for us to defeat evil. You have to engage it. You can't ignore it. You can't keep scrolling and watching everybody else's life and then go, I wish that was me. Nope. We're going to attack what's lying to you. And a lot of you might be going, what in the world does this have to do with keto? It has everything to do with keto. Because if you have messaged me at any point in time and said, I did this years ago, I lost the 60 pounds and gained it back. Oh my goodness, the last year and a half, we've been stuck in our homes and I've gained 25 pounds. Oh my goodness, I did it till the vacation came. Then I went back to my old pattern. That's why we read the book, The Miracle Morning. That's why we read the book, Atomic Habits. Because in the Atomic Habits book, he says you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. You've got to create systems and habits. You've got to get this under control in order to truly have, as there's a fly in my head, in order for my husband has a salt gun. Don't shoot it at my head. In order to truly have a lifestyle approach and to feel like you can own your morning, own your life, take control of your health, you've got to own what's up here. So there's tons of things that he talks about. I'm not going to obviously read it to you. I would encourage you to get the book. But he says this, belief, he said, I told you before, my belief that I could never be enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not successful enough. He says, I thought had proven I am not worthy enough. So he talks about this. Knowing those truths was not enough. So he said, even though I knew it wasn't true, even though that I'm watching other people and I'm not truly, like, you might have decided these are all the lies. Yesterday, if you did chapter 1, or whenever it fits in your schedule, maybe you identified the lies. Yes, I am good enough. I'm believing I'm not. I'm believing I'm not. I'm believing I won't. He said, but there's a pattern. He says there's a stronghold that keeps the truths from being unapproachable. So we're going to have to break that down. He says, you cannot defeat what you cannot define. This is one of my favorite parts of this chapter. You cannot defeat the war within your mind. You cannot defeat the lies if you don't define them. You can't just ignore them. Things like that just don't go away, right? You have to identify the lie that has become a stronghold in your life, and you must realize the negative impact that it's having on you. It says, do you see how you become a prisoner of deception, locked in by a lie that you decided to believe? If you are going to change your life, you have to change the thinking. You have to change your thinking. And so, listen, I will give you the recipes. I say this every video. I will tell you how to eat. I'll tell you a net carb and a total carb. I'll tell you the snacks to eat. I'll give you the breakfast ideas. I'll tell you what intermittent fasting is. I'll tell you why I drink ketones. I'll tell you to drink enough water. I'm going to tell you to be mindful, to go move your body, to de-stress your life, and to get enough sleep, right? We'll talk on all of those fat loss pieces, and I feel the number one thing you need to do is get your mindset right. And so that's the part of this book. He says addressing the problem is attacking the stronghold. And so there's so many great parts. But basically, I love every single chapter. You get to the end of it, and it says it's going to work you through an exercise. He says, here's the questions that you have to work through if you're going to go through chapter 2. What are the lies that are holding you hostage? I'm not good enough. They're better than me. I will never get to be that size. I could never work out like that. I will never have control of my food. What are the lies that you're believing? What mistruths keep you from taking a step of faith? What's holding you back from going all in to controlling your health? From joining the gym, from getting the cookies out of your cupboard, whatever you need to do, from stopping you from going through the drive-thru every single day, grabbing that every single day sugary coffee. What is it going to take to get you to do that? And that's what the book is going to do. It's going to walk you through the lies and help you find the truths and switch your mindset, right? We're going to make a pivot so that you can start going, oh, I see the lie. I identify it. I'm going to take war after it. I'm going to own it and control it. And I'm going to find the truth and that's going to be my new me, right? Okay. You cannot defeat what you cannot define, and it's now time to define the lies that you've been believing. We're going to take action on it, and we're going to put new truths in there. So he's going to have you write down the lies that you're believing, and then tomorrow we're going to go through old lies, new truths. So I think the book is great. It's going to help you be more defined on what you believe and help you redefine who you are. That is the goal. So this is the book. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the book, or even anything that I said in this live. Is there anything that made you go, oh, yes? Maybe you have to go back and rewatch it. And let me ask you this question. Do you feel like you are more positive or negative up here, right? Do you feel like you have control of your mindset? Or maybe here's the question. Do you truly feel like your mindset plays a power in your health and fitness? I'd love to know what people think of that. It's such a good book. And so continue to tune in here. I'll be doing a live every single morning to walk you through the chapters. If you have specific questions, send me a message. If you've got questions on food or how to get started, any keto questions, any questions on the book, send me a message and I would love to help you. So I hope you have an incredible day. If you want to watch more and learn more about everything else that we do in our lifestyle, again, whether it's about recipes or the keto lifestyle or my children, we homeschool, there's all parenting, there's lots of things I talk about on the stories. So head over to Instagram, it's Keto Mom Secrets, all one word, or the stories should share right to this page. So all you have to do is click on those. So I hope you guys have a great morning and we will talk to you soon.